Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Phineas King. This is the House of Parliament, home to Keir Starmer's Labour Party, who have recently introduced budget cuts which are completely contradictory to the Labour Party's overall message idea. And so today we're going to go around and ask the people whether they want to see their economy go downhill or uphill. Excuse me, sir, could I ask you a couple of questions about the government?
I don't speak English very well.
Okay.
Budget cuts?
Budget cuts.
What is this?
Where instead of spending money, they don't. Excuse me. Hi. Could I ask you some questions about the... Could I ask... This is part of the problem with the budget cuts, is that since I have to wear this backpack, I'm bumping into people all over the place. Hey up, sir.
Do an interview with me.
Yes, we're interviewing people about the budget cuts that have just gone on.
The budget what?
The budget cuts.
The budget cuts?
Yes, the budget cuts.
Taxi.
Yes, taxes and that kind of thing. The government has recently introduced budget cuts for some
it's
reason.
a political thing.
Yes.
No.
Could I ask you a little bit about the government?
She's a star.
Yeah? Well, that's all right, because I'm a nebula, which is an exploded star that has since formed into a cloud of hydrogen dust. Excuse me, sir, could I ask you a couple of questions about government? Don't have my wallet on me.
I understand the question, but not the context.
Well, Keir Starmer's government has recently introduced budget cuts.
Okay, project?
Budget cuts. Excuse me, could I ask you some questions about the government and the budget cuts that have been recently going on to our great nation?
Sorry, but we are not from here.
That's fine.
No,
Oh, we're asking people about the government because the government has recently introduced budget cuts and we think that's a bit of a problem, but not necessarily a problem. The government has introduced budget cuts to the country for some reason, right? And we're just asking people whether they think that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, as a French, I would say I don't know.
Excuse me, could I ask you some questions about the government?
I'm not from here.
That's fair enough, we need English. You're not English. This is another problem with economic degeneracy, is that since English costs an awful lot to learn, people can't afford to learn it anymore, so it's hard to actually interview people. Excuse me, any of you, could I ask you about the government?
Because I'm only here for vacation, so I don't know.
That's understandable. I don't research the places that I go to either. Could I ask you some questions about the government? Because you know the government has recently introduced budget cuts onto the nation and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't understand these words exactly.
Budget as in you've got some money and you need to allocate it, and cuts like snip. Basically, it just seems like the current government is sort of infiltrating the economy to try and, do like that. So we're just trying to get people's thoughts on whether they want more economy or less economy. Do we want budget? Do we not want budget? Because the money goes towards stuff.
You say, screw the government. Yeah.
Death to power, truth to power, I mean. What have we learnt today? We have learnt that the budget is a thing that makes the economy go round, and we have learnt that if the economy does not go round, then the wheel of the London Eye cannot turn, the House of Parliament will remain closed, the river will stop flowing, and the birds will stop flying. And at the end of the day, we need to learn how to control our budget, how to increase it rather than decrease it, and how we can come together as a people of this great nation and make all these buildings function once again. I've been Phineas King, this has been Channel 5 News. Back to the studio. Sorry, I've got no cash.